All right, going to be doing some Patreon requests today, and the first one comes from Cyborg 19.99, who asked me to do a crossover ship between Beastboy and Magik from Marvel. Yeah, we're doing a Marvel DC pairing right here. But as always, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link in the description box below. Head on over to my Patreon, hit the third tier. That'll allow you access to do so, as well as check out all the other videos on the other tiers as well. But anyway, hope you all enjoy this, and let's get started with the video. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I just woke up, and I've barely had coffee. I'm, doing these videos, on an empty stomach, too. So, yeah, we're gonna have fun today. Yeah, anyway, so, Beastboy and Magik. I am going to be honest with all of you. I don't think this works. In no way, shape, or form does this ship work in any way, shape, or form. Because they're too vast. And I know you're going to say, oh, but opposites attract and all that. And Beastboy and Raven, they're, a healthy couple. Yeah, there's reasons for that. A lot of reasons. Magik, on the other hand, is not Raven. And I always get that comparison of oh, Magik is like Raven. Those two are, are very closely together. Those personalities they're not even close. Beastboy is a fun-loving, but also, can be serious when the time comes. And I'm talking not cartoon Beastboy. I'm talking DC Comics Beastboy, who went through some shit. A lot of shit. I think a lot of people forget that Beastboy and Raven didn't really hook up until shortly before the cartoon began. Yeah, it was always kind of there between the two of them, but it wasn't until, afterward, later in, towards the end of the new pre-52 universe, the pre-52 timeline, that those two, started to get together, and then they got back together because everyone watched Teen Titans. But yeah, it's a much healthier relationship because Beastboy and Raven are, I wouldn't say trauma bonded. They're not, but they are they've been friends, they had been close allies, and it had always been kind of there. And Raven and Beastboy are more or less they depend on each other. They always try to, stay close to each other. They always try to be emotionally available for the other one. And it's hard. Even Beastboy and Raven have said multiple times, it gets tough because we're both kind of fucked. That's not the case with Magik. Illyana Rasputin and even Cyclops has said this, is a psychopath. Yeah, you could say her time in limbo has affected her mental stability, and that's true. Her time when she was trapped in limbo, because for them it was 5 minutes. For those who don't remember this story, Illyana Rasputin was trapped in limbo as a child, and then she came back 5 minutes later out of limbo in as a woman in her now in her teens. For that, it was kind of like the Never Zone for Star vs. the Force of Evil, just to make a comparison, where it was time didn't work differently there. And in there, she became the queen of limbo. She also slew thousands of demons while also being tortured and assaulted through most of her life in there. So and she also fully acknowledges that she's a psychopath. Even Scott Summers has said, I keep Illyana on a very tight leash because God knows she would turn on, she would turn on all of us. If, Illyana is one of the most cracked mentally cracked people out there, and barely her brother listens to her. Her brother Colossus, and she's terrifying. And the other thing is too, she doesn't have half of her soul is gone. It's not like with Raven, who got her soul back and recently made herself complete again. Yeah, Raven, Magik literally forged her soul into it. Magik literally forged a piece of her soul into a sword that gets corrupted every now and again. You see what I'm saying here? None of this works. Beastboy and Magik, Illyana is way too, she's admitted multiple times, oh yeah, I love this, I know I'm wrong. I know I am fucked up, but I don't care. You see what I'm saying? Right? Like, Illyana doesn't want help. It's not like with Raven, who, has a healthy group, and even the X-Men do try to be with Illyana, but they all know, and even she knows, she's far gone. Like, she is too fucked up. Not just in her time with Limbo, but also all of her time with the X-Men and everything that happened. These two just do not work. Beastboy and Illyana, Garfield and Illyana just do not work the same way Garfield and Rachel do. Rachel being Raven's real name. It's two polar opposite characters that just do not work. Illyana has more fun time hanging out with Juggernaut. And before then, she liked hanging out with Omega Red during the Krakoa era. Do you get it yet? There's no way this relationship works. I'm sorry to shit on it, but he asked, how would it go? Not well, non-existent. That's that's what Cyborg asked, so I'm giving a solid answer here. Anyway, so this is a solid no. Absolutely not. This does not work on any level. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you think it would be like if Beast Boy and Magik were a relationship, and how wrong that would be? Once again, I'd like to thank Cyborg19.99 for their Patreon request, as well as continued patronage. And other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.